Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Lay and this is the Lady Beauty channel, of course. Let's see what we getting into. What we getting into. Today we're getting into the Fenty beauty line. Those of y'all who don't know, my birthday is February 19th and Rihanna's birthday is February 20th. So we got a little bit of a connection right there. So today is going to be a review. It's not going to be a first impression because I did wear this the other day. If you follow me on social media, hold on. I feel like I have like some unblending going on here. There's nothing a little brush can't fix. So today is going to be more of a review and not so much as a first impression because like I said, I did wear it before. The only thing I did not wear before is the Trophy Wife, and you'll see my thoughts in just a minute. Before we get into it, if you are new to my channel, I've already told you my name is Lay, so what I'm going to need you to do is hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you can be notified every single time that I upload a video. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Let's pause, hit subscribe, and we can go on and let's do this. Alright, so I'm going to start with the review portion and then we'll go ahead and get into the demo. The first product, first thing I want to talk about is I did not buy her primer. I'm very skeptical about primers. I might get it a little later on, but as of right now, I did not get it. Since I did hear that this is a soft matte foundation, I did go ahead and use a hydrating primer. I used my Too Faced Hangover Primer. So you don't have to buy everything in the line. I can do it later, but I don't want to spend too much money. The first product I want to talk about is the Fenty Beauty Foundation. Now on the box, it does say, like, as soon as you open it, to make sure that you shake well. This is a very liquidy foundation, so it does kind of like drip. I'm not gonna waste product by showing you an example, but there are other videos that do show it like dripping down their hand, dripping, like it's a liquidy foundation. So make sure that you take note of that. I got the shade 350. I wanted to get 370, but it was sold out. I actually picked my shade off of the offline, and that's only because I know my shade, I know my undertones. I'm pretty good with looking at a foundation online, and because you know it's not that exact color, I usually either go a shade up or a shade down. Now with this, it does dry down to a darker shade. I did wear it the other night, and I'll insert a picture here of my foundation. I put it on at about 4 o'clock and I took it off at about 9:30 p.m. So I had it on for about 5 or 6 hours and it looked flawless the entire time I had it on. And I didn't set it with any powder, and I didn't set it with a setting spray either. So I just kind of went free ball and just left it at that, and I love the way it turned out. The next items I'm going to talk about are the contour and highlighting sticks. Of course, like a lot of people see that they do this and everybody loves that. I did order another highlighting stick. I personally didn't get the under eye highlighting sticks, the matte highlighting sticks, because I don't use those. I'm not a big fan of like the stick highlighters. As far as, stick concealers, stick highlighters, they're just not my thing. So I didn't want to buy that, and I didn't want to buy the trio because the trio obviously comes with one. So that was a pass for me. Not saying that they're bad, but they're just not my cup of tea. So what I did pick up though was the matte contour stick and a shimmer highlight. I got the shade Truffle in the contour and the shade Trippin' in the highlight. I did it 2 separate ways. I actually placed it directly on my face on one side, and then on the other side I placed it on a brush. I got that idea from Alyssa Ashley, and I actually like it on the e.l.f. brush a lot better. This is the side with the e.l.f. brush, and I feel like it gave me a more seamless application, whereas on this side I did have to work a little better. I did have to work a little harder. I do like how it's a little more chiseled, but I'm sure I could get the same thing if I did it with the brush. So that's just something to take into consideration. It is a dry formula, but when I placed it on my face, I didn't have a hard time with tugging or anything. That was just my personal experience. I didn't set my face before doing it, but I'm just letting you know I didn't have a hard time blending it out, and I didn't have a hard time with the application. Sticks are a little more dry than like my Milani sticks, or yeah, that's the only stick that I have. And the next one is the shimmer highlight. This is in the shade Trippin'. I did order blonde, which is like a more gold one. This is a more peachy tone, but it's peach with, I look crazy. It's peach with like gold undertones, so I really like this. I think this is really great for if you want to have like a subtle highlight sometimes, or like I used it today as a base, which honestly I really didn't even need to use that as my base. The next product is going to be the Fenty Beauty Kilowatts highlighters. One is a duo and the other is just like their single. She has two singles. She has Trophy Wife, and then there's another one. I don't even know what that one's called because I wasn't interested. So this is Trophy Wife. This is what I have on my face today. Yeah, it's a beautiful highlight. I will say, like, there is glitter. So if you're not a fan of glitter, do not get this highlight. Do not fall into the hype. I think personally, I like the way it looks on my face, and this is if I want to be popping. But let's say I just want to tone it down just a little bit. I also bought the Hustler Baby and Mean Money, and I also got Chic Freak, and I don't remember the other one. I'm waiting for that too. But this one has a more subtle highlight. Mean Money is the more subtle highlight, and then Hustler Baby is the more wham bam in your face. And again, I wore that yesterday to the hair show. So, but I like this, and I think it's all personal preference. So if you want a beaming highlight but you want it to be a little more smooth, then I do think that Hustler Baby will be your shade, and it also pairs really well with Trippin'. Last item that I got was the lip gloss, and girl, I'm gonna be wearing this all the time. I love the way it makes my lips look. I feel like they look really juicy, really pretty, and I saw some people use lip liner, and the day I used the lip liner I really didn't like it, but putting it on my bare lips and wearing it all the time, I'm a fan. That's all I have to say. I would give this collection a 5 out of 5, and that's just my opinion. Like, if there are some things that don't work for you, that you don't like, that's on you. That's your opinion. My opinion is this is a great starter for Rihanna, and this is a great start for, you know, the makeup world, because this is just showing other brands that women of color, we want those shades too. Like, I hate when I go into places and it's either the shade up above me is the darkest shade, or my shade is the darkest shade. And I know that there are people with, like, you know, different undertones, different skin tones, different, like, we're all a part of the rainbow. Like, even my babies, I call them my s'mores. I have a chocolate drop, I have my graham cracker, and I have my marshmallow. I'm really excited to see what this brand turns into and what it grows into. Stay tuned for the demo to see how I applied it on my face, and until next time, beauties, stay blessed.
So here I'm going in with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is probably my favorite moisturizing primer, and I don't want y'all to think I'm ghetto. I have an extra one for when I get the tax dollars out of this one. So this is a very moisturizing primer, which is why I used it for my foundation, just because it's a mattifying foundation. So you want something moisturizing underneath so that you're not, you know, dry. So now we're going in with the Fenty Beauty foundation. This is in the shade 350, and like I said, it does oxidize, so it goes on a little lighter than it dries down to. So I'm using a regular beauty blender. I did not get her beauty sponge, but I'm using the brush just so that I can get as much product as possible without my beauty blender eating it up. So I'm brushing it onto my face, and then I use the beauty blender to blend it out. I will say you do have to work quick with this because it does dry. Like, it started to dry on my forehead. So that's just a note to take. But once it dries down, oh my God, this foundation is beautiful. Like, it's so gorgeous. So now I'm just blending that into my skin. And I love the finish. It's the soft matte finish makes it so that it looks like skin. I even asked my husband how the foundation looked, and he said that it looked great. So this is just me applying it. And then since I didn't get the concealer stick, I'm just going to speed through this part. Right here I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm setting that with the Kat Von D Brightening Powder in the shade Golden. Now we can get back into it. So this is the contour and highlighting stick. So this is the matte contour stick in Truffle, and I placed it directly on my face on one side. So just like I would any other contour stick, which I love this contour stick, but I like using it with the brush. I find it a lot easier and you get a more seamless look. So here I just placed it on this e.l.f. angled brush and just watch how it glides onto my face. And it was like that was it. That was so much easier than the blending that you're about to see. So this will be how I apply it from now on. Now I'm taking this Luxie angled brush and I'm blending it out, and it is blending, it's just, I mean, you can see the difference. It's a little more seamless on the other side, and I sped this part up because it took me a while to do this. Like, I love this side better than this side. Now I'm just contouring my nose. And I was gonna get mocha originally, but I'm glad I got truffle. I like how it's not too dark, so I can use it on my nose, and if I want to go deeper in contour, I can just use something else. But you never know, I might actually go back and get it, you know? And I'm liking the way it looks. So this is just a random Tarte blush from a holiday collection. This is just so that I have something to add a little bit of color to my face before I go in with the shimmer stick. And this is in the shade Trippin'. And it's a beautiful peach gold. Like, that's the best way to say what it was. And sometimes I put it on my finger, but this time I just applied it directly to my face, and it did not pull up any of my foundation. And the way I know it didn't is because when you look at the stick, there's nothing on there. So I use my finger to blend it out, and as you can see, it's pretty subtle once it's blended out. So it's good for like every day, for work. But we're going to kick it up a notch. Oh yeah, kick it up a notch. So right here, I'm going in with Trophy Wife. This is the Kilowatt highlighters or powders, Kilowatt powders, I think. So I'm just lightly, look at that. And I'm going to pat it on. And just by patting it, look at that. I'm going to do it same thing to this side. And this is just off of one swipe. So one swipe did both of my cheeks. And my nose. And my lips. And then I actually had to like dust it off because there was still a lot of product on the brush. And then I went ahead and like blended it out, and just look at that. It's like putting pure gold on your face. Beautiful. So now I'm going in with Mean Money and Hustler Baby. I'm taking the shade Mean Money and I'm putting that on my brow area because that's the more subtle highlight. I figured since Trophy Wife is so intense that highlighting the rest of the face just didn't need to be that intense. I would look like a glazed donut. So now I'm going to go ahead and blot my lips. I had on chapstick and I'm just applying the Fenty Glow straight to my lips, the lip gloss. And I actually like this way better because I guess, I have my own natural lip liner. That's just how my lips are, and I kind of liked it this way. So I decided to take some of Trophy Wife and put it in my inner tear ducts, and I liked the way that it looked using that. So my overall thoughts on this product is this line it's amazing. I absolutely love it and it will be in my favorites. So I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and please forgive me for Dylan in the background. So until next time, beauties, stay blessed.